I was sick for some time, and in that spring there was a mission in my parish, and Mom took me to the mission priest for a blessing. And afterwards he said, "Don't worry about him, dear, he'll be a priest someday." When I was very young, I knew that I had a vocation to the priesthood and used to talk about it, and my parents were very supportive, and family and so on. But then when I became a teenager, I became interested in other things, and I tried to run away from it for some time. And finally I had a job working in a meatpacking plant, and still running, and all of the time knowing that I was created for something different than this. There was a knock at the door one Sunday. A lady came to ask if I would work on a retreat for young people. And without thinking, I said, sure. And I was to be on the team. After she left, I said, what did I do? I went on the retreat, and I got much more out of it than the young people did. And it was a life-changing time for me. A sister and I, a nun, were praying before the Blessed Sacrament for someone who was giving a talk. And afterwards, we were leaving the chapel, and she looked at me and she said, you have a lot to offer. And I hadn't thought about that. And I began to think, well, what could this be that I could do? Another retreat came along for men. That's when I began to discern, Lord, are you calling me to the priesthood? Is it too late? Have I blown it? You know, I thought I was too bad, you know, for this. And you need to be perfect, because I had a great deal of respect for the priesthood. Finally, during one Lent, I was at Mass in the evening, and a confession and Mass. And after I finished my confession, I got up and I went around to where the priest was and knocked on his shoulder and said, could I speak to you sometime about vocation? And he said, sure. And he called me in the morning, and we had an appointment right away. And I was in to see the bishop within a few weeks. And so the rest is history. You know, I was ordained 5 years later, and after that, went to the seminary that fall. It's been a beautiful experience.